I have the vitamin, right? It's like it's in the bag. Wait, where is it? That's the PowerPoint up. No, there's the zinc. All right, I'm gonna go sell it. Get lots and lots of money for it. I'll probably just end up buying, like, helping to buy off the brutal swipe anyway. No! Wait, your guys' inventory changes? I didn't know that. I thought it was like once they spawn, like that's it. Oh, if I would have known that, I would have actually have done something. Wait. I know I saved them. I don't know if it's before the server got reset or after. Let me check around my waypoints. Yeah, looks like you have similar moves. That's not boding well. That's telling me that all of them have the same inventory. And that's not good. I mean, what is this? Okay, I don't know what that was. I'll have to find out later. Because I'm a bit confused here. Because that's this area. Okay. I still don't know what that is. Hmm. Anyway, let's go back to I almost said spawn. Let's go back to Hoopa. There we go. All right. 5 minutes and Hoopa will spawn in any second. So I guess Groudon needs to be in a desert and close to like a lava area. So this will be the perfect time for me to go get Hoopa then. So this is definitely the location to go for me to go find Hoopa then. Which is cool. Again, even if Groudon were to somehow spawn, it's fine. I mean, if this spawn attempt doesn't work, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna go test around with the settings a little bit. I'm joking. I'm gonna go test around with them off screen, but I want to see if they do work as I want them to. So I want the legendaries to spawn. I don't want to say frequently, but at least a little bit more than what they're doing now. So that way, though, like when you want to go looking for the legendary, you don't have to spend like 20 hours just trying to get it to spawn. I'll either keep the time limit the same and yeah, I'll either keep the time limit the same but make them spawn more frequently. So like if you still have to wait 17 minutes, at least there'll be a 50-50 shot that it'll actually spawn. Or I will lessen the time it takes for them to spawn, but I'll keep the same what do you call it? I'll keep the same percentage. So I'm thinking, yeah, so as I said, I'm thinking of like 50% if I want to keep the same time, just so that it's a little bit, at least a little bit fair. Especially if you're trying to go after time sensitive Pokemon, especially certain legendaries. I know Cubfu, I think you have to be in a certain biome at a certain time. I think it's like sunset kind of thing. So it's like you have a very, very short window. And maybe, like, let's say on a very special day, we will have a big event where, like, the time is less and spawn chance is just as good. So, like, let's say, like, every 5 minutes, there's like a 50% chance a Pokemon will spawn kind of thing, and we'll just make that into like an event kind of thing. Now, I wish I could also kind of do it the way that a lot of the Mightiest Mark raids have been, where you can only catch like one Pokemon. Just gonna have to have the gentleman's agreement kind of thing that you only catch like one legendary. So it's like pick like choose wisely. And then once everybody chooses, it goes back to whatever people mostly like, which is like less time or more chance. Because I think waiting a half an hour for a 30% chance of a legendary spawn, especially if it's like a certain time legendary, is evil. Especially if that legendary Pokemon has a 100% chance of spawning through that 30%. Yeah. Evil. Come on, bro. Seriously? That's like the third time. You know what? I'm going to go and do what I said. I'm going to go try and take a look at the settings. I'm going to be right back. All right. So, as you can clearly see, I have done a little bit of some modifications here. So now we have a 90% chance in about 4 minutes. And Lord Cube, I need you to grant me the rainfall to end. There we go. Perfect. Weather is now done. All right. So now this should be a lot better. So I changed. So what it normally is, it's like 30 point, a bunch of zeros, 3 point, like 33182, some odd jargon. Hang on a second. I can actually go and do that. I'm going to go off full screen. So I'm going to stay off full screen for now, just so I can actually show you guys it. I'm hoping it'll allow me to grab it. I do have a backup of what it was beforehand, so just in case my modifications are too much, I do have a backup of the original. Oh, that's not going to work. I have the old ones, so that's good. I have saved some of the configs for like better time and stuff like that. They're not done, but like I saved like a copy of them just so that I can just find them, or I can modify those ones later. So this is the percentage of it. Okay, so what that entails is that this is the percentage that it is on. So it is 30% and then this whole jargon at the bottom. That's what the percentage of finding a legendary is. From our config originally. It's the same thing with dens, I believe. It's so low, but I find that it is so, like, it's so over the top of when it does it. Same thing with everything else. I think the other thing as well is that for the legendary spawn ticks, it's like 25,000. So that's how much in-game time it'll take around. The maximum amount of time that it'll take is 25,000 ticks. Now I think that is equivalent to, I think it's like 30 minutes. And we did see that a couple times when we were playing around. Okay, now we should get a Hoopa. Come on, man. There's no way we don't get a Hoopa now. 90% chance. And through that 90% chance, 100 of it is going to be a Hoopa. no way we don't get a Hoopa now. I actually didn't know it would actually change for everything, though. How? How? What? How did a Groudon spawn? Alright, I'm going full screen again. Going full screen, boys. Come on, let's load. Come on. Alright. Let's go and eliminate you. I don't even know if Hoopa will spawn if the Groudon's already spawned, or if it's going to be like, I should keep the Groudon here just so the Hoopa can have a chance of spawning. Go down. Actually, you know what I should do? Instead of doing that, I should have switched. I should have sent in Tyranitar. Or I should have switched into Tyranitar after. Like, after Drought would have kicked in. So that way, though, the Sandstorm is there instead. And I'm going to go do a safe switch into Honchkrow. Because he's going to use a ground type move, correct? No, I'll use Ancient Power. That's completely fine. Not really, but it's better than nothing. Water Chicken. Only twice? Come on, sure. Come on, Greninja. You need to hit more than once. Come on, don't hit 2 times. Oh, I thought the Groudon hit me. I was like, it has Snore? Why does a Groudon have Snore? The Sandstorm subsided, that's good. We don't take any more damage. Okay. Precipice Blades, we dodged it. Quick attack. Took it down. There we go. Okay. Come on, Hoopa. Come on. I don't mind waiting 4 minutes for a Hoopa, but like, I'm gonna try and see if there's any, like, if there's a way I can just get a Hoopa only instead of finding. Okay, hopefully this will just spawn in a Hoopa if I just stay over here. I have a feeling that that river that's over here or that flower field's gonna have a spawn. Yeah, see, Groudon's over there. So I kind of have to stay over here, though. But the thing that I don't get is that, like, Groudon shouldn't have spawned where I was. But yet, it did. So it says here, Hoopa. Alright, so in 3 minutes, hopefully we get what we want. Come on, Hoopa. We also got a Heat Rock. That's actually pretty cool. I wonder if there's a chance we can get the Omega Ruby, or I think is what it's called. Or the Omega Stone, or whatever it is, to Primal Revert Groudon. Oh, shoot. It took out my Honchkrow. Okay, I'm going to do this once. And that's just because, like, we're trying to get a Hoopa here. And if Groudon spawns again, I am going to remove all lava sources from this area. I don't care how it gets done. It's being done. Getting rid of it from the surface, because I don't care. There we go. Now, I could have put it as 100%. The only thing is that, like, the decimal part. So, like this part right here is kind of like where I didn't want to do anything with. Because if I would have changed this to 100, what would happen to this part right here? So, I didn't want to do that. Because I think for the raid dens, all I did was I just changed it like all the way from here to this very number, and I changed it to 0. And then from this very number, I just changed it to 1. So that's why we barely see raid dens here, is because they have such a low rate. And there is a reason why I did that, and that's because in single player, either single player or multiplayer are completely different in terms of the raid den spawn rate. But for what I experienced in single player was practically like anytime you saw a raid den, there would be a chance where you'd find 2 right next to each other. Yes! Hoopa! Alright, Hoopa. Thunderwave. Astonish. That's fine. Come on, game. Nightshade. Okay, so 50 does about